Welcome to day 26, uploading every single day in the month of January 2025 just because I want to see what happens to my channel. And today I want to talk about and share what a smart city is. Now, you may already know this, but I did not know what this was. I never heard of something like this for years until, unfortunately, the fires that took place in Hawaii. Then I started watching, certain conspiracy videos on YouTube. I have to say I watch that kind of stuff. I'm not ashamed, but I do. And there was these, conspiracy theories of things taking place. But along the way, in certain videos afterwards, I've heard of smart cities, in certain locations that has, certain, unfortunately, events that took place. People always say, is there going to be a smart city there in the future? I'm like, huh? What? So I figured I'd go ahead and do not a deep dive into what a smart city is. I'm not going to be I'll probably talk about a little bit conspiracy, but not much. But what a smart city is and my thoughts of what it could hold for the future, right? And what the pros and cons are. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. A smart city is an urban area that utilizes digital technology to collect data and operate services, aiming to improve the quality of life for the citizens by optimizing city function like transportation, energy use, waste management, and public safety through interconnected infrastructure and data analyze. So that comes from Google AI overview, right? So I'm going to go back to the public safety in a minute, but I'm going to actually show you another article or tell you another article. So apparently there's 14 cities in the U.S. that are kind of scheduled to have or already in process to be considered a smart city. So these are the 14 cities. 14 small cities in the U.S. The key features of smart cities are smart infrastructure, sustainable energy management, and seamless integration of digital services include internet access for everyone. Among the numerous smart cities to watch in the U.S., 14 stand out of the incorporated or foundation projects to push the smart city concept to new and innovative ways. All right. First one's Dallas, Texas. Second one, Chicago, Illinois. Third, Denver, Colorado. Fourth, Seattle, Washington. Fifth, Charlotte, North Carolina. 6th, San Francisco, California. 7th, Washington, D.C. 8th, Boston, Massachusetts. 9th, Chattanooga, Tennessee. 10th, Boulder, Colorado. 11th, San Jose, California. 12th, New York City. 13th, Miami, Florida. 14th, LaGrange, Georgia. So those are the 14 states that are scheduled to be a smart city. Now, I made this video a couple days ago, and I made a mistake, so I had to delete it and reshoot this all over again. Especially, too, I'm glad I did, because yesterday, Donald Trump announced a new infrastructure that it's going to be, what's the terminology? I took a picture of it on the screen. Give me a moment here. It is the largest AI infrastructure project in history. So it kind of goes into the smart cities. So back to the definition of a smart city. Again, an urban area that utilizes digital technology to collect data and operate services, aiming to improve the quality of life for citizens by optimizing city function like transportation, energy use, waste management, and public safety through interconnected infrastructure. So all these stuff are connected with technology. AI is going to connect all this together. A seamless for optimized city function for all those, right? So at one point, just on the paperwork alone, and it sounds really cool, right? But I'm going to be honest with you, like the public safety, this is the one I want to camp out at for a while. Public safety could be firefighters, police officers, numerous things. What about if let's say maybe 2 years from now, we see more and more Tesla robots or other companies that do robots as well to help maintain and become in the smart cities. And these robots are faster, be able to do certain tasks better and better, and AI added to the mix makes it a whole lot smarter than it was. And that they will start replacing people in the public safety. They can actually, transportation will be obsolete because they'll just use driverless cars or buses. Energy use will be outrageous because they have to have data centers to push all these data or all these interconnected services to one another. So these data centers are going to be freaking huge, and the budgets for those or the energy is going to be outrageous as well. But we won't talk about that. But back to public safety. Let's say a company says, well, we'll give you 5,000 robots, and those can help the current firefighters and police officers, because right now what's happening in California, they need more people to help, right? If you have a firefighter and you have a robot, you would send a robot to save lives. That's great. That nobody could be against that, right? Because that robot can pick up more weight, can go through different obstacles more than a human being can, and they can save lives, right? Now, that's going to be the tagline. These robots are going to save lives, and they will. They will be able to go in certain areas of the community or cities that a police officer or it's kind of like RoboCop or, like the iRobot. It's going to be that kind of feel to a certain point, right? Well, I'm sorry, RoboCop's different. It's man and machine, but iRobot, right? And I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist. I'm thinking, I'm using my imagination. So bear with me here. So let's say they're going to test it out. They're not going to replace firefighters or police officers in an instant. They are going to sprinkle in these robots, in my humble opinion. They'll probably have 1 or 2 on each department just to test the waters to see how it interacts with the environments of the firefighters. And eventually, over time, there'll be more and more. And they'll say, well, we can cut our budget because instead of paying insurance and money for X, Y, and Z for firefighter department and police officers, will just use these robots. And they'll use it's saving lives. It's saving money. If something happens to a robot, we just buy a new one, right? You can't put price on a human being's life. It's priceless, right? But a robot, you can. So that's kind of a weird way of thinking. And the thing, too, I'm going to add to is it's not going to happen overnight. Most people will start losing their freaking mind. Like, what are you talking about? They ain't going to take nobody's jobs. Yeah, they will. AI will take a lot of jobs. These robots are going to be powered by AI, and it's going to take a lot of jobs. But also, it will make a lot of jobs too. It will, because you have to have people to support these freaking interconnected infrastructure, data analyzed. They have to have all these people watching and taking care and updating these devices. So before I get down, I'm going down the rabbit hole. Bear with me. So on the paperwork or on the ground level of the smart cities, it looks good. It's going to be a bit better. We're going to make more money. We'll save more money, yada, yada, yada. But the one thing they don't realize is it's going to replace people like the firefighters and police officers. What are they going to do? What jobs are they going to offer for them? Are they going to be taking unemployment and sit home? I mean, that's the thing. Maybe I'm just being an old man on a porch yelling at the clouds, but seriously, somebody correct me in the comments. I'm really genuinely want people's opinion on it, because if we have 300 million people in the United States, probably more by now, and you introduce robots that's powered by OpenAI, and they taking jobs, then people who needs jobs, how are they going to survive? How are they going to make a living? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that I'm still stuck on. Like, I know it's coming, right? But that's the $1 million question is, for us that's trying to make a living just going to a 9 to 5 or trying to look for a 9 to 5, and a robot that's fueled by OpenAI can do that job that I want, then where can I go to find a job? You see what I'm saying? That maybe I'm just overthinking it? Now, I'm not saying that the smart city is a bad thing, but man, it's going to be a cluster F. Let's go down this road in this situation. Hear me out. So you have a device, a robot. You have a transportation, a car that's on autopilot. A car, a bus, a train that runs itself with nobody in the driver's seat, right? And it goes through, everything's connected. Everything knows, everything sees where everything's going, right? Like the Jetsons to a certain point, right? So those devices is connected to the internet. Those devices need to be updated. So you have to have a quick internet. You have to have a bigger, CPUs. You have to have a lot of things to be able to maintain updates. Like, you know how some updates don't work? When something not is working correctly, you have to reboot it. Do you want to reboot it while it's in action? It's a lot of things. Maybe I'm just being too hyperbolic and overanalyzing it, but it's not. It's going to, of course, just like anything, it's going to take time for it to grow and learn, and AI will, we'll learn the process and try to prevent any issues, and that's another thing. Beauty about AI, but I've watched too many dang movies to see how it's going to play out. And this is the thing, whoever, okay, here comes conspiracy time theory, right? Whoever owns or controls OpenAI or any AI controls the world. And that's kind of terrifying. Is it a good person or a bad person? Are they looking out for you, or are they looking out for what's in their back pocket, what's in their pocket? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that I wonder about. And this is the thing too, is like when these smart cities start popping off in certain locations, what about the people in the country, or what if in the middle of the America, what midway? What are they going to do? Are they going to still have the luxury of having things, or everything's going to go straight to the smart cities? I don't know, man. It's good, but when I saw that announcement of Trump talking about the biggest infrastructure AI, I'm like, okay, they are definitely going full steam ahead with smart city. Full steam. And I'm not against it. I think it's, like I said earlier, about the robots going up, with the firefighters. Because they will be, instead of, John go up the ridge to this house to take out this fire, there'll be this, model 4569 will be able to go up there with no problem and save people's lives. That's not a bad thing. That's good. Just like anything else, you have to have a balance. Because you can't just, go all in. And I don't think they will, unless something major happens. Because I think they will just do what they always do. They kind of sprinkle in there a little bit. What they'll do, okay, I'm 14 minutes in and I'm still in conspiracy theory mode, so I'll tell you when I'm jump out. What they'll do, if they're seriously going to do the smart city stuff, and when they're going to they'll add droids or robots into our lives, they will introduce television shows, movies, certain things that will subconsciously see it. They'll start sprinkle it into our normal lives, that we will get used to that. Because think about it. If they start doing it next month, roll out these not drones. That's trigger right now because what happened in New Jersey, but droids or robots. People will go freaking crazy. They would be like, "What's going on?" No. They would be like me on high alert, right? Because this is like iRobot stuff. I don't want nothing to do with this. So you would have to do a slow drip of robots. They're here to help us. They're here to carry your groceries. They're here to save people's lives. Make it more easy. Make it more... You get what I'm saying? And if you're a young whippersnapper and if you're watching this and you want a job, I highly recommend going to college or learning everything you can about algorithm, machine learning, and AI. Those things are going to go freaking to the moon of jobs. I mean, I'm genuinely curious about it myself, to go down the rabbit hole, to have that in my back pocket just in case I need it. But I'm at an age now, I don't really know if I want it, to be honest with you, because I want to retire soon. But I'm still in the process trying to find what's on the horizon of new jobs, right? From my previous video, if you watched it. But I don't know, dude. It's a lot. I kind of think about it, but sometimes it's kind of overwhelming. But I don't think it's going to happen overnight. I don't think it's going to happen in a year. But if I start seeing commercials for robots from Tesla or other companies, or I start seeing more movies about robots in it, or shows with robots in it, talking about smart cities, don't worry, it's on the horizon. I guarantee it. Because that's the only way you would do it. You have to for society to handle that. You can't just do it overnight, because people will rebel. They will not want it now. They would hate it, and you would lose money. So the smart plan is, because AI still is, people's like, I don't know about AI, because it's AI, artificial intelligence. We don't know how it's going to interact with our daily lives, especially if you add a robot or whatever to the mix. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of those things that you really, I don't know. I'm probably just talking around now in circles, and I apologize. But anyways, comment below. Let me know what you think about smart cities and what the future may hold with smart cities and maybe droids and robots. Oh my. Anyways, I'm done for today. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Have a good one.